Sarah stared at the withered plants in her backyard, a perfect reflection of how she felt inside. For years, she had tended this garden with the same approach she took to life, expecting the worst, seeing only the flaws, and believing she wasn't good enough to make anything truly beautiful. "Everything I touch dies," she muttered, picking up a dried leaf that crumbled between her fingers. The thought was familiar, a well-worn path in her mind that she had walked countless times before. That evening, while browsing through gardening videos online, she came across an elderly woman whose garden was breathtaking. But it wasn't the flowers that caught Sarah's attention. It was what the woman said. "Your garden grows in the image of your thoughts. Each seed you plant is nourished not just by water, but by your beliefs about what it can become." Sarah scoffed at first, but something about those words took root in her mind. The next morning, she stood in her garden again, but this time she tried something different. Instead of seeing dead plants, she imagined their potential. Rather than focusing on her past failures, she pictured new growth. "Just one plant," she whispered, picking up a small potted lavender that was struggling to survive. "I'm going to believe in this one plant." Every morning she would greet the lavender with words of encouragement. "You're growing stronger," she'd say, even when she couldn't see any change. "Your roots are deepening, and your stems are reaching for the sun." She felt foolish at first, but she persisted. To her amazement, the lavender began to show signs of life. New leaves appeared, then buds. The transformation was subtle at first, but undeniable. As the lavender flourished, Sarah noticed something else changing. Her
6 months
thoughts.
later, Sarah's garden was unrecognizable. The lavender had multiplied, and new varieties of flowers bloomed alongside it. But the most remarkable change was in Sarah herself. Her colleagues noticed her increased confidence, her friends commented on her positive energy, and she felt a peace she had never known before.
She began applying the same principle to other areas of her life. Instead of telling herself, "I can't handle this project at work," she would think, "I'm learning and growing through this challenge." Rather than avoiding social situations with, "I'm too awkward," she started saying, "I have interesting experiences to share." Like the lavender, these new thoughts took time to show results. There were days when old patterns tried to creep back in, but Sarah had learned patience from her garden. She understood now that transformation, like growing plants, wasn't about forcing change.